Welcome to the Quick Galloper YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell.
They're off for the first. The gifted one, Minnie Duac, they step off at the back but beginning to make recovery already. Stormacom is the one that blasts through and gets that lead racing down near the rail as they approach the half mile. The gifted one has made good progress on the outside of horses, right there down toward the rail, and asked to make some progress and beginning to quicken up. That's a Newland Lynx as they go racing past the three. Prince Marshall and Xylophonic Steel chase up. Minnie Duac on the outside. Big Argument has to get going. Kismet racing out wide of horses. Urchigal is racing next. Undeclared War out wide of Grey Commander. Then cruising again toward the back with El Fortunado. And at the back of the field it is Golden Syrup. But they run toward the furlong pole. And it is Stormacom with that lead. Here is the favorite Big Argument now beginning to close up on the outside. Stormacom gives way. Big Argument, the favorite, grabs the lead and begins to power off inside the final 16th. It is Big Argument running away from them under Richie Shakes. Big Argument will win by almost 4. Stormacom second, Grey Commander third. Newland Lynx is fourth, Kismet is fifth.
Number 2. Often Racing. That's a beautiful line as Brahma Bull wants that lead. So Brahma Bull prompting the pace as they go past the 7 on the outside. Good Conscience. Almastilis is right there too along with Legal Fight. Just behind them, that's Costa Living and Hazelnut will do the running later. They pass the 6 and Brahma Bull stretching that lead about 2 lengths in front of Good Conscience back there in second. Another 3 before we come to Legal Fight. Almastilis tacking on to the tail of that one. Getting closer, that's Costa Living at about 4 lengths behind and racing at the back of the field, the favorite Hazelnut. They go past the heading to the 4 and it is Brahma Bull bouncing easily on that lead. About 3 lengths now from Good Conscience. Another 3 before we come to Costa Living. Legal Fight comes next. Then comes reversing out of it. That's Almastilis now getting serious and coming forward. That's Hazelnut. Brahma Bull is still in front and uncontested, unmolested on that lead as they're going to come into the lane shortly. It's Brahma Bull in front. Good Conscience toiling back there in second. Also coming on, that's Costa Living. It's Brahma Bull still in front. Good Conscience is trying to come on the inside, switch down toward the middle of the track. Brahma Bull still in front. Good Conscience looks to be the only danger. Brahma Bull with a furlong to travel in front and coming under pressure somewhat, but here comes Good Conscience trying to come on, and Costa Living. It's Brahma Bull carrying them pillar to post. Brahma Bull begins to go up. Brahma Bull and Tajay Suku landing the second in style. Good Conscience is second. Then comes Costa Living. Hazelnut back in fourth.
my gosh, Mrs. It, Linstead Market didn't. Vigorously ridden to get that lead on the run toward the half mile. Tornado Steel moving down to within a long neck. Silent American racing back there in third. Miss Linton a half a length down and running the rail. A break of some 3 to Social Mischief in the blue with a white cap. Cher de Jour on the outside. Chinita Estrella right alongside and rubbing the rail. A gap of 6 or maybe more to Oh My Gosh. And the last of all, it's a Cherry Blossom showing no dash. They arrive at the 5:16. They're coming into the lane, and Linstead Market continues to hold on to that lead. Tornado Steel has attacked from the off. Silent American is shaken up for run against the rail. In behind them, that's Miss Linton needing to find 5, maybe 6, as still Linstead Market fights off Tornado Steel. Tornado Steel determined, so too Linstead Market. Silent American beginning to creep closer down the rail. It is Linstead Market battling Tornado Steel. Here is Silent American making noise against the fence. Silent America not so silent in the end, wins it over Tornado Steel, then Linstead Market, Miss Linton. Cher de Jour is 5th.
Often Racing. Control Aggression gets a good start. Here Mark Blitz is rushing down into it. Also in a handy spot early. That he's sensational there. Make their way passing the clubhouse turn, and Earmark Blitz is in front of Control Aggression right against the rail. That's Attila. In between horses, he's sensational. Uncle Harry just on the outside. Another 2 before we come to D Storm. Just behind D Storm, Delightful One. Another 4 or 5 lengths before we come to Newspaper Record and Jody's Fun racing at the back of the field. They make their way down the backstretch with just over 6 furlongs to travel. Earmark Blitz is in front, passing the 6 in front. Tackled all the while by Attila. Here comes on the outside. That's he's sensational. Backing out of it a bit. That's Control Aggression now caught by on the outside. That's D Storm. Another 6 or 7 before we come to Delightful One. It seems as if Uncle Harry has some problems as he's backing out of the gate. Then comes Newspaper Records and Josie's Fun. Uncle Harry is backing out and still at the back. But Earmark Blitz is still in front of He's Sensational trying to come on. Also coming down into it now intently. That's D Storm. Coming back for more Control Aggression, backing out to that's Attila. They're gonna come into the lane shortly. It's Earmark Blitz still in front. He's sensational, getting closer those right against the rail and scraping paint. That's D Storm also coming into it. That's Control Aggression, but here Mark Blitz kicks once again, coming to the furlong and a half pole with a good-looking lead. It's here Mark Blitz in front. D Storm is trying to come on. Here Mark Blitz still in front, wandering a bit, straightened out by the rider. It's here Mark Blitz in front, is about 6 lengths in front, and I don't think they'll get back to here Mark Blitz. D Storm trying to come on though. Here Mark Blitz begins to pull away. It's a double for the Sneaky Fox Radish Roman. Here Mark Blitz by about 4 lengths. D Storm is second. The Control Aggression is third. Jody's Fun running on for 4th. And back in 5th, your high 5. He's sensational.
Furlong straight. They're off immediately. Dark Matter gets a good start on the far side. Undisclosed location, also showing speed. Global Pursuit has switched toward the center and is right there full of dash, but Yorkist looks to have the overall lead. Global Pursuit is chasing with Undisclosed Location and Dark Matter. These are the main ones. Briscoe is racing near the stand side, but needs to do a lot more running as Yorkist continues to fight to hold the advantage. Undisclosed Location looking for room in between horses. Dark Matter is over toward the far side and getting cracks of that stick. Yorkist though drifting off a true line. Dark Matter now challenging strongly. Yorkist with the lead. Dark Matter continues the challenge as they drive inside the final 16th, and Dark Matter now picks it up under Philip Parchment. He's on win number 199. Now he has 200. Dark Matter wins it over Yorkist. Then Undisclosed Location tight between Casual Peach, Irish Wish and Briscoe in a photo.
Bronfman racing right away. Moonlight Song breaks and swerve, but he's still in a handy spot. Braking smartly on the far side, that's Superstorm. Also coming down into it, that's Chasing My Dream. So Chasing My Dream in a handy spot. Right there, Superstorm. Runaway Bay is also in the mix. Never Despair coming into it along with Superstorm. Right just behind them and coming into it, that's Humble Lady. And now Runaway Bay looks to just have the lead. It's Runaway Bay from Moonlight Song. Runaway Bay, Moonlight Song. This is where the race lies at the moment. It's wide open, coming with just about a half a furlong to travel. Runaway Bay, Moonlight Song. Runaway Bay, Moonlight Song. Here comes a Never Despair flying on the far side. And Never Despair will get there. Never Despair goes on to beat. It's very tight for second, though, between a Superstorm, Moonlight Song, and Runaway Bay. Tight for second.
Yards. And they're off. Fair start. Prince of King being ridden along with El Capitan. These are the two that go for that lead. Miss Prosecutor in between them with Barbecue now taking a tug back. Hooray Henry races down on the outside. Abadar is making some ground. Medal of Gold now chasing those leaders. Barbecue has faded back. On the rail in the red, that's School Bus Links, the favorite Isle of Birdie racing along with the back markers. Prosperity Send, Brilliant Boy. And last of all, It's a Wonderful Vision as they make their way over onto the backstretch. El Capitan out in front attempting to go all the way. Prince of King a length and a tail back as they flash past the 6. Medal of Gold is in a handy spot in third, possibly 5 lengths off that lead. A break back to Hooray Henry racing. Just on the inside, that's Abidar asked to make some ground. School Bus Links on the outside. Then comes Isle of Birdie. 2.5 lengths back to Prosperity Send. Barbecue is a length and a half back. A gap opens up to Brilliant Boy. Miss Prosecutor has been fading now last, overtaken by Wonderful Vision as they leave the half mile, and the tempo should increase. El Capitan attempting to slip away from them with a 5-length lead. Medal of Gold is on the inside, giving way to the chasing Hooray Henry now, who slices into the lead as they leave the 3. Isle of Birdie needs to find 6 or more to get to the front runners as they arrive at the 5/16th. Abidar and Prosperity Said are next. A gap back to Barbecue, School Bus Links and Wonderful Vision, but they come into the top of the lane, and it is Hooray Henry who has now snatched that lead. Here is the favorite Isle of Birdie unleashed on the outside. Prosperity Said is over on the rail, but it is Hooray Henry with a clear lead inside the final furlong. Hooray Henry responding to the right-hand stick as they're inside the final 16th. It is Rayan Lewis and Hooray Henry. Hooray for the connections of Hooray Henry, who will run out the winner by 5, maybe more. Tight. Isle of Birdie, Prosperity Send. Then Abudar, El Capitan faded back into 5th. Field in line for the 52nd running of the Jamaica 2000 Guineas, and they're off. Strong Avenue gets off slowly. Rockhampton also racing toward the back along with Mohan Lal. Salute the Don didn't get away that quickly, but now begins to rush at them as Eye of the Tiger wants that lead under Robert Halidine, and they run toward the 6. Eye of the Tiger in a tight bunch. Super David and Fernando is there along with Bigger Boss. God's Plan racing down toward the outside. Salute the Don. Strong Avenue has made amends for the poor start. Rockhampton is there. God's Plan fades back a bit. Senor Biscotti and Stardom race as a team along with Mohan Lal as they charge down the back stretch and make their way toward the half mile in the 2000 Guineas. Eye of the Tiger and Strong Avenue fighting for it as they slip past the half mile. Salute the Don watches them just 4 lengths off that lead. 2 back to Fernando. God's Plan has made progress on the rail. That is Rockhampton. Bigger Boss and Stardom now joining that bunch of horses. Mohan Lal and Senor Biscotti race next, and Super David left at the back of the field 5/16 to run. They're about to come into the lane. Eye of the Tiger determined. Strong Avino on the outside continues now to tackle Eye of the Tiger. They're down the stretch toward the furlong pole, and Strong Avino now points the nose. Eye of the Tiger fighting on. Here is Salute the Don on the outside. Strong Avino, Eye of the Tiger on the far side. Salute the Don nearest to a Strong Avino. And Salute the Don, that's where the race is. Stardom now begins to sprout wings. They drive toward the line. Salute the Don, Strong Avenue, and Stardom flying late, but Salute the Don will win the 2,000 guineas over Stardom. Strong Avenue, Mohan Lal, Eye of the Tiger is fifth.
Often Racing, Brompton Boy gets a flyer to the near side. Right in the middle, Linguist is already, looks to be in front of these. Coming across, though, that's Zulu Warrior. Also to the near side, that's a Miss Money Penny. Tap It Good is also in a handy spot. Ultimate Machina just behind these. Then comes right there, too, that's Rainsville the Grey in the middle. So Zulu Warrior, Linguist, this is where the race lies. Zulu Warrior and Linguist fighting it out. Miss Money Penny is right there too. Rainsville is right on the premises as they make their way with just about a furlong and a half to travel. It's Zulu Warrior, Linguist, Rainsville, these three vying for it. Also trying to come on, that's Rico arriving at the party late. But it is now Rainsville. Rainsville just the leader. From on the inside, that's Zulu Warrior. Rainsville in front. Zulu Warrior trying to get to Rainsville. But Rainsville has slipped out of the grass in the Musical Maestro Trophy. Rainsville beats Zulu Warrior. Then comes Rico. Linguist back and forth. Not too sure who is fifth.
Thank you for watching another video produced by the team from QuickGallopJaya.com and its YouTube channel, The Quick Galloper. Please stay on the channel for other enlightening videos on those involved in local horse racing. Please like, subscribe, and press the notification bell.